here. Well, I recently cracked my ankle and tore some ligaments, and so it made it a little tougher to get around. And for the first week, I was hoping to share stories with Terry because I had a bloated leg and it was hard to walk. Now I know what she felt like. And of course, or like Mom, who's had to put up with the hip problems, and like, man, now I can share all these stupid medical horror stories with you. So I don't get to share that with Theresa, but I do.
You did actually on the phone.
I did share it with her a little bit on the phone, and she responded. Unfortunately, not in an articulate way, but it was just beautiful to hear her voice, and she's a terrific sister. I am going to say that I'm feeling a lot better now. So Greg is my inspiration because he recovered so quickly from his stroke, and so I'm hoping to have that kind of quick recovery and be on that side of the family. Now I know Theresa, she got rid of her pain too, and in the way she did. And I'm going to miss her terrifically, but I'm glad that she is out of that pain in some ways. And how tough that was for her. Now, a lot of you probably don't know what Theresa was like young, and I was kind of surprised that Greg didn't tell a story. Because he's thanking her tremendously, and she owed him to get him into the church or get him into, following the Lord, because younger, she certainly wasn't the greatest inspiration. She was a wild kid. She was, I think the last memories I have of her are about when I was 12 years old and Greg was 10. She was so independent by that time, we were barely ever seeing her. Yeah. Her and her sister, Donna, they were those kids, they love to take risks, they love to go out and have fun, they lived life to the fullest. And, I kind of envied that in some ways, although they did some crazy things. Okay, I'll tell you one story. I remember, and I'm mad at her for this, her introducing me to pot, okay? Not in a gentle way, like in a brownie. Okay, but no, it was by smoking it, okay? And I could not stand that, thank goodness, smoking. But so I'm kind of mad at her in that she introduced it that way and scared me right off of her right away. Except I'd get a contact high every once in a while, just being around those two. They had their fun back in the day, and even Greg did at some point, but he was certainly reformed one of them. Come on, admit it.
I know.
Now we're throwing stones.
Yeah. So
Greg wants to go back up.
I got a story. So him and I, we fought like cats and dogs when we were young because we were around each other a lot. But our sisters, we weren't around them very much once we hit teenage years. And so I miss that, and I really wish I'd had that. And really, I only knew Theresa well when she was young, and recently when she was old. I miss so much of her in between life, and I really regret that because she was a terrific person. She was just so kind to be around. She was very sharing. She listened to you. She cared about you, and she had a great laugh. It started out with the laugh was this kind of nasal, and then as she got older, it was. I was like, okay, she's become a witch or something. I didn't tell her that, but it was funny to hear her, and I still enjoyed being around her and seeing how she progressed and how she became different. I did get to know her and Max a little bit because the name of the church was not just Victory, but Outreach, and they did outreach a lot back when, especially when they were younger and they were passionate and they were energetic, and they came to Arizona and they would do revivals and they were evangelists, and so I got to see them come to Arizona one time. And it was a thrill. They were amazing, and I wish I got to know more of that. And I'm sure you kids did quite a bit. But I like this. I never knew she was that good looking. That is an amazing picture.
Okay, Mom.
No flamingos, dude.
Yeah, I'm talking about Theresa.
She's in the room.
She just looks terrific there. That's amazing, man. And although I missed out on that, she did bring me and my family together every time we came to California, which is pretty often. Definitely, she was a highlight of our visit. And so I'm glad that all of you got to know her, and I really appreciate it coming out today. You know. I don't know if you want to add anything. Come on, you got to have a story.
You know, I remember she was the only one home when I lost my eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how did she handle that? Oh my God.
Not very well. She was what, 7?
Yeah, you were 5, so.
Yeah, I was 5. She was like 7 or almost
Yeah.
8, maybe.
She was the only one home.
What happened?
Well, Mom
and bullets and fire.
And the hammer and fire.
Oh yeah, it was summer and both parents are
It
working.
was actually the first day of school,
Oh, okay.
and you and Donna had already left,
Yeah.
and she was waiting for me because I was in kindergarten. And they didn't start as early.
There was a babysitter next door who was ice cream maker.
She was there, but I know Theresa was still there because she was going to watch
It's hard to imagine we were kids once.
I've got a story, Steve.
There you go. Go ahead, Ed.
I'll wait for you.
Okay. I am. Come on up and tell your story.